Hello, everybody, and welcome to Auto Club here at night for the Crown Jewel VRS Truck Series. Once again, here at Auto Club, preseason race here for these Crown Jewel racers, and can't wait to see what's going on here. Once again, my name is Christian Delgado up here in the HVTV booth, and for the first time up in the HVTV booth, I got my good friend Christian Zarati up here calling his first race. Christian, how you doing tonight?
Oh my goodness, Christian Delgado. I am excited, not only because I almost share the same name as someone, but because we are here at Auto Club, fast cars, fast track, and even faster drivers for probably what could be one of the most exciting races of the season, and practice is still not yet done.
Yeah, about 7.5 minutes of practice left here, and really exciting track. Looking at Auto Club and looking at some other things here. One of the more exciting tracks for these truck series drivers, right? Auto Club tracks like Auto Club in Michigan, you kind of can almost look at it kind of like a super speedway style track where you can really push the truck a lot harder than you can maybe like a Chicagoland or maybe a Kansas or something like that, where you can really push these cars as hard as you want, rip the wall, rip the bottom here, and really make a lot work here.
Yeah, certainly. Auto Club is a renowned track because of its ability to be a multi-groove track. And these long straightaways give drivers a chance to draft back up to the pack. So if you have a bad corner, your chance at making a pass is not done. You have super long straightaways, and you have the opportunity to just dive it into turn one, turn three, super hard, get on the brakes, and be able to make a pass here. So yeah, of course, just super exciting stuff here today.
And right now, looking at Chris Davis here, P9 at practice, so a good top 10 practice run for this number 74 monster machine, and you see him just kind of doing his own thing, trying to get some laps down. You're going to see some drivers with 5 minutes left in practice start to figure out maybe what a good qualifying line is. Obviously, kind of like in a way like a one-off race, kind of a fun race. Obviously, it's a preseason testing, not only for the drivers here, but also us for High Velocity TV, trying to get everything figured out, trying to learn these drivers, trying to learn the league and what they want from us as a broadcaster. But you're also going to see these drivers maybe try to experiment a little bit, trying to figure out what is going to work here, maybe for a quality lap or maybe just for long run race pace here at Auto Club.
Yeah, Chris Davis driving that 74 Monster Energy Chevrolet truck for Back Road Bandit Racing, teammates with the 81 of Matthew R.D. Campbell, um, Austin Runkle in a 32, and Matt Owens in a 34. The nice looking cars all around that team.
Yeah, definitely some nice looking cars. And looking at his teammate here, Matt D. Campbell in this number 81, he's in P10 just right behind. Actually, Chris Davis improved this time. Now he's P7, but now looking at his teammate in that 81, Matthew R.D. Campbell, back here running in the top 10 here for practice. And you're going to see him look like running the apron. Looks like he's going to slow that truck down. Maybe just found maybe what he wanted to do here, and he's going to try to safely merge off the track here. But let's go back here to some of these guys that maybe you're trying to look for a little bit more speed here. You see Adam Smith back here in the number 15 machine, 17th of practice, fastest time of a 39.8. We see him in that number 15 Toyota Tundra making some laps with about 4.5 left in practice here. Really see him kind of trying to wrap the top here, that middle lane, versus a lot of these trucks you've seen who have elected to try to run the bottom. You see him kind of running a little bit of a lane higher up, trying to figure out maybe if that top is something you can use maybe later in the run, maybe early in the run. We know that the top can be good at some cases, but you have to think about those tires when you run that top, as long as some drivers might want to here.
Yeah, Christian, I just watched a group of 8 cars come out pit road. It's not qualifying, but it's go time. This is the time you're obviously going to want to get good track position with the field that we have today. So track position, in my opinion, is going to be of the essence today. like I said earlier, there's of course opportunities to draft and everything, but that 30 year could be killer today, and it could be the winner of this race, and it could be the loser of this race.
No, it definitely can be, and drafting is going to be something we're going to have to look at very closely because, like as we mentioned before, you can almost go flat out in these trucks with how much downforce and how planted to the ground these trucks can be, especially at night, right? The track's going to be nice and cold and gripped up for these drivers, and they can really push this truck wherever they want versus in the daytime where maybe tire wear would be a little bit more of a conversation, but with it being nighttime, everything's going to be a lot more grippy. Everything's going to be a lot more usable when it comes to lines. You're going to see drivers run the top, run the bottom. You're going to see the draft really come to effect here with how much traction there's going to be underneath these tires.
Yeah, a lot of drivers out there pushing hard. Still got Chris Mathis though at the top of the board. Fast looking car today for him, Christian Delgado.
Yeah, Chris, right now you're fastest in practice. Best time of a 39.554. But we just talked about him. That number 81, Matthew Campbell, almost there. 2/1000ths off of Chris Mathis with that 5.56 versus a 5.54. So definitely some competitive trucks. This is just going to show the fans at home how close these truck drivers can be and how close, the cream of the crop can be here at Auto Club, flat out. It's just going to be about the line, and I feel like tire saving is going to be something you're going to have to look at, but also it's going to be about aggressiveness. So something to talk about, Christian, is if you were a driver in this field, do you try to be aggressive at the start of this race? Do you use up your tires a little bit to try to get that track position, try to get some pace out of those tires early, or do you sit back, maybe wait on a wreck to happen, or maybe you just try to save just a little bit of tire, maybe try to drive up through the field, maybe towards the end of the stage here?
Yeah, well, Christian, I love this question because so many drivers will answer it so differently. But if I am a driver here today, stages don't really matter that much. I'm going to go ahead and stay closer to mid-pack, save up my stuff, and as long as I have the speed and I can trust myself, I'm going to stay mid-pack until last maybe 40, 30 laps of this race, and we're going to start moving up, making passes, and we're going to win this race.
Yeah, you made a really good point there that drivers are going to have kind of polar opposite answers. You're going to see some of these drivers be aggressive at the start, maybe use up those tires a little bit more than some others are going to be willing to, but it is going to pay off at the start. You're going to use them up at the start. You're going to get that track position. You're going to, maybe gain quite a few spots here, but you will see the tire wear start to come out, and then you're going to see those comers and goers. Oh, man, that was a close call for, I think that was the 30 truck. Almost barely missing that pit wall. But that was Nic Vasquez, kind of one of your Truck Series veterans here in the Crown Jewel scene. But yeah, I definitely agree that some drivers are going to sit back and take care of their equipment and maybe try to drive their way up to the field versus some of these drivers, maybe like a Nic Vasquez, who's going to, abuse those tires, try to get the track position early, and just try to hold on. You see that zeros on the clock here, so that's going to end practice, which means Chris Mathis, you see that number 17, unsponsored truck. Maybe he's looking for some sponsors for the regular season. Maybe that's a test truck. We don't know, but he's going to be a quickest in practice. And Matthew R.D. Campbell going to be P2 after practice here.
How about Ronnie Pitcock? P3, sitting pretty. He's only 0.02 of a second off of P1.
Yeah, that definitely shows once again how close these drivers are going to be here when it comes to, pace. There's going to be I feel like a lot of close battling. Now we're going to be watching one of your seasoned veterans and former, maybe he still owns a team, but at least former team owner Ryan Tapter in this number 86 Razor machine.
I mean, what, that car has a lot of colors on it and hurts my eyes.
Yeah, very bright machine. Ryan, one of the veterans, one of the leaders, I feel like, in the garage. Always been, a reliable person to come into and to talk to. He actually recruited me back when I was racing here in this league back in the day to come and run for him in the Cup Series before that Cup Series eventually folded about halfway through. But Ryan, super nice guy, and we'll see what he can do here in practice and qualifying. Remember, one qualifying lap for these drivers, so there's no warming up the tires, there's no cheesing. It's you get out there and go right now.
Just gotta roll off turn 2 really nicely here down the backstretch. Ryan Taft, he's trying to get up there. Like you said, he's a veteran. No veteran ever wants to be at the bottom of the order. He's gonna dive it down there into turn 3 and 4. Can he stick it and just roll it out ever so slightly off of 4?
Gonna get a little bit squirrely out of 4 there, but he's gonna come down, try to get down onto the apron here. See what kind of lap time he runs here. Like he's gonna run a 40.1. That's gonna be good enough for P6 at least right now. Put that down to P8, and probably not the lap Ryan wanted, but we'll see if other people, you know, make some mistakes here. Is we're gonna try to find someone else here to look at. Noah Hamilton right here in this 07 machine, coming out of turn 4.
Into turn number 1, Noah Hamilton. What does he do? Just like everyone else, he's gonna try and dive it down to turn 1. Auto Club turn 1, such a late apex in the corner. And he's just gonna roll it up here off of 4 onto the backstretch.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the, you know, more unique tracks when it comes to kind of these 1.5-mile style tracks, right? Obviously, this is a 2-mile racetrack, but yeah, you can really kind of make that entry very shallow and still make it stick here. You're just going to see Noah wash up all the way up to that wall and dive all the way back down to the apron. Coming to the start-finish line, Noah with a...
Wow. P2.
P2.
It's a great lap for
Yeah.
the 07.
39.62. Right now, Chris Davies, your pole sitter, 39.617. But we're going to continue to...
denied.
It's Chris Mathis, actually, right now, is going to take that over with a 5.15, and we're going to go ahead and try to find another. Matthew Hardy Campbell here. We saw him sneak up the P2 in practice. See what we can do here. Looks like this is his quali lap. So coming into 3 and 4. See what kind of lap time this number 81 machine can run. There's number 2 on the ticker, but I believe just... With this being a pre-race, I don't think everybody's numbers have been locked down fully, but 81 on the track. We're going to call him the 81. 39.116.
Good enough for P5.
P5.
Pretty good. Solid qualifying for him. Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
Exactly. I mean, you saw him quick in practice. We saw him... Well, you expect him to be pretty quick here in quali, and that's what he was. Top 5, you can't complain about that. Obviously, everybody wants to push for maybe that front 2 rows, but can't be complaining about a P5 here. See Jim Mott coming out of the pits here, coming on track. One of the, I could call him I would say it's safe to call him a veteran here. One of the older guys in the league. Dad to Corey Mott, the league owner here. So Papa Jim going to come out here and start out his lap here. I don't know if he's going to have enough time, though. 18 seconds left. I don't think he's going to get out in time to make a lap.
Come on, get there, buddy. Oh, he's going to board it.
And I think you just heard us speaking of birth, because there he goes. He's going to just stop it on track here and call it a night there. So we did have 6 drivers who elected to not take a lap here. That would be Jarrett Ariana, Haden Higginbotham, Chris Vickery, Destin Belgium, Mott, and Thomas Villano. But with all that said and done, let's go ahead and get this starting grid underway. Well, first, we're going to have to wait on these drivers to get in the trucks here. Obviously, for people that don't know, in the sim, there's a lot of tools that you can use before you get in the truck to adjust the way the truck drives, like steering ratio, brake bias, all kinds of stuff, and there's even more when it comes to the cup car, but obviously not running the cup cars tonight, so we're going to wait on some of these drivers, your pole sitter and everything else to get into their trucks, and we'll start this starting grid.
I'll tell you who had a terrible qualifying session. It was Ronnie Picktock in the number 1 car. He did really good in practice, but he elected to take the high lane all the way around turn 1 and 3 on his qualifying lap, and I'm just a little confused on that, Christian.
It is a little confusing to why, he thought the top was the way to go. I mean, obviously you can go full throttle on the top. Maybe that's his mindset about that. But obviously if you go to the bottom, you might have to lift, especially with those cold tires. But, maybe Ronnie wanted a challenge for himself, and I think he will be starting in the P27 spot. But as we wait on some of these drivers to get into their trucks to start this race, we'll give maybe some track facts to you guys. HVTV track facts brought to you by Delta Designs, Andreas VRS. Really good painter, very good graphic designer. So if you guys are looking for any paints, anything else like that, make sure to go DM him over on Discord. He definitely does a good job. But Auto Club Speedway, 2-mile track, and you saw that banking 14 degrees in the corners and 11 degrees in the tri-oval. So very, I would say, similar banking throughout the whole track here, besides on these straights. So, but obviously, it really doesn't account for how wide this track is, Christian. I mean, you can go 4, 5, 6 wide here at Auto Club.
Oh yeah, we were talking about it in practice. So much opportunity for passing, so much opportunity for craziness. And that also comes with so much opportunity for accident. Christian, Auto Club, it looks innocent. But hey, if there's an accident in front of you, believe it or not, it's very easy to get checked up into that wreck. Even with regards to how wide this track really is.
I definitely agree. We got enough trucks here. Let's go ahead and get your starting grid started. We see Chris Mathis take your pole here in that number 17 truck, and you're going to see Cody Porter starting to P2. Chris Davis in that P3 spot with Noah Hamilton starting outside in that Fast 4. See Matthew R.D. Campbell in P5 with Stephen Menke top P6. Rounding out your row 4 is going to be Patrick McPeak with Matthew Owens starting P8. And rounding out your top 10 is going to be Nic Vasquez with Henry Kalhoff in that P10 spot. We'll see William Ransom starting P11 with Michael Deitch in that number 51 machine. He's going to be starting in P12. P13 is going to be Adam Smith in that number 11 machine with Diego Rodriguez, P14. Noah Nicholson, P15 with Gregory Valetti in the P16 spot. Hank Moore, P17 with Josh Stoltz, P18. P19 is going to be Munatsi Major with Ryan Taft running out this top 20. And Christian, want to take us through the rest of the way here?
Yes, sir. That's your top 20 from Delgado. Now, P21. That's going to be the 10 car of No Hunt. And to his outside, the number 8 of Joe Gibbons. Row number 12 to the inside, number 31, Zach Hummel. To his outside, battling from that P24 spot. That's the 92 truck of Jeremy Tebun. Row 13 inside, that's going to be Julia Kahomik. And to her outside is going to be Austin Runkle. Row 14, again, with not a very impressive qualifying. That's Ronnie Pitcock to the inside of Jarrett Ferreira in the 6 car. Row 15, 10 car of Haden Higginbotham. And he's going to be to the inside of Chris Vickery in the 24 truck. Row 16, Justin Bell in the 22 truck. To his outside, number 15, Jim Mott. Row 17, final car lining up for today's race, the number 2 truck of Thomas Villano.
Yeah, big field for us here. We're almost filled out that 34 car max here, but all we have this time here, let's go ahead and take a look at your race weather. 66 degrees here, northwest wind with about 2 miles of grease, and partly cloudy, so a great night for racing here at Auto Club. But as we start to get rolling here, you're going to see that pace car take a hard left turn on the pit road, and Chris Mathis and Cody Porter, the top 2, are going to take us to green here. 100 laps here at Auto Club, and we are green. At turn 4, Chris Mathis is going to lead that first lap for you guys. And with 1 of 100 complete here, we're going to see kind of everybody kind of in this top 5. Oh, as we see the 74 go around. What a save by the number 74. And you see him go 4 or 5 wide here trying to avoid that truck.
Someone's on the apron. We're 4 wide, 3 wide, 5 wide. Count them up.
I mean, back here for this top 10, top 15, they are going for it here. Obviously, we didn't get to mention it, but our first stage is at lap 20 here. So you're going to see a lot of drivers try to be aggressive, make up the track position. But holy crap, 4, 5, 6 wide on the first 2 laps. I did not at least expect that to see that at the start of this race.
Build 3 wide on back, stack them up 2 deep, 3 wide, and they're still battling for position just outside of top 5.
Yeah, top 5, top 10, top 15, still at least 2 wide. As you see everybody else at the basically top 7 start to get single file here, but you do see Henry Kalhoff making that move for that P3 spot. You're going to see Stephen Menke, I believe, try to go with him here, but now 3 wide for this P3 spot.
Make it 4 wide. Here comes the 76 of William Ransone to the outside. Noah Hamilton's just going to have to back off on the outside. Hits the wall just a little bit.
I see Noah Hamilton getting the outside wall there, but somehow still has a good bit of momentum. He's going to still stick it in there and be 2x2 for that number P5 spot. But as we see that, this is exactly what Chris Mathis wants to see. He's like, if you guys are going to go 2x2, it's going to give me an opportunity to maybe pull away a little bit of here or maybe even save a little bit of tire.
Yeah, if I'm Chris Mathis right now, I'm looking at my rearview mirror. I'm not worried at all. This is what he wants to see. What he doesn't want to see, actually, is William Ransone breaking away from that battle. And maybe Chris Mathis is going to have to start burning some tire if he wants to save the lead. But in my opinion, it's too early to waste your tire.
You see the 17 actually catch the wall there a little bit. And you see the 76 catch him in a hurry. And you're going to see him dip to the inside here going into 1 and 2. A battle for the lead on lap 5.
Further on back, there's still 3 wide somehow. 81 of Matthew R.D. Campbell on the inside of that beautiful 49 truck. The low south corner, someone's on the inside apron, saved.
That's a Michael Deitch in the number 51 machine. What a save for him. Saw him get a little bit of squirrely, make some contact, and around he went though. But what a save. He's going to safely merge back on the track, but he's going to lose a ton of time here. Back to the 23rd spot here with really not a lot of anybody around him right now. So he's going to have to get back on the saddle and go.
I wouldn't worry about it right now, Delgado. It's still way too early. You still have confirmed stage breaks coming up shortly. If I'm him, I'm mad. I'm probably really mad. But hey, there's nothing to worry about. We're still green.
You still see 4 wides. Oh, the 71 gets doored down the straight. Just trying to battle for track position and position on the track. See 3 wide right there. You see the 71. You see the 86. Of Ryan Taft in that 17 spot, and you're starting to see guys move through the field here. I'm looking at, Jared right here in the 6 car, up 14 spots, but I'm also looking at here, Josh Stolz. Where did he come from? Up 16 spots up to that P2 spot. Wow. See him taking a liking to that top lane, and he's really used that top lane to his liking, but here comes Henry Kalhoff for that, making a run down the bottom here.
Yeah, he used the outside, Josh Stoltz, all the way around the high side. He's moved his way up into P3. Dirty air, though, from the 99 car.
And you see, once again, 4 or 5 wide back there. We're basically 4th on back, 3rd on back. And you figured maybe some of these drivers would be a little bit more, a little bit less aggressive here, but you see everybody wanting to take what they can get here early on in this race.
Yeah, my question is to these drivers, if you're saving, I want to know how, because I'm going to use it for my races. There's got to be no way these guys are looking after their tires as they're still 3 wide, 8 laps later.
You see Vasquez back there meeting the sandwich. Did you see the 0-1 wash wide there? And he's actually going to put Noah Hamilton in a bad spot there in that 0-7. And you can see the 61 slide up there. That's Patrick McPeak in that number 61 machine. Start to move his way up through the field here.
How about Noah Nicholson in the 49 car, up 9 spots from the start. Bottom 3 wide right now.
He's in the bottom, the 63 at Kalhoff. In the middle there, meeting the sandwich, and you see him going to get cleared now back to 2 wide for that P5 spot.
A lot of bump drafting, a lot of dooring. We're only lap 9 this 100 lap race, Delgado. This has me wondering what is in store for us at the end of this race. And the caution's out.
Caution is out here.
Wrecking.
A big wreck in the back.
That's Jarrett Ferreira down pit road. He took a long slide.
We can try to find Jarrett back here in the pit road. We're going to go back and take a look and see what happened here.
Bottom of 3 wide. Doored by the 61. Don't hit the barrel. Oh my goodness. That was close.
Yeah, close call for that number 6 machine. And that is, I mean, you're holding your breath. You're doing everything to keep that truck there. Let's go on board with this driver here. Gyro style. And you're just going to see him just make that contact with the 61. Just go for a slide here. See the 61 come down. Maybe didn't know he was 3-4 wide. I mean, I can imagine someone making a mistake here. And oh my gosh, what a save by that number 6 machine.
He didn't even hit anything either. I'm just surprised. He held his throttle in it and everything. And he did not hit a barrel, neither a wall. And he's good. Might have to use his tough tires here, Delgado.
Yeah, maybe the tires are a little bit gone there with a slide that big. I mean, trying to just do everything to save that car, right? These drivers have no fast repairs for this 100-lap race. So if you get damaged, I mean, and if it's bad enough to where it's going to kill the engine, that's the end of your race, right, Christian? So you have to worry about, I mean, with him, not only, tires weren't even a question. You were just trying to save his race right there.
Couple of drivers electing to take some tires and gas. Chris Mathis is one of them. He's going to get out P2 off pit road.
You see Chris Mathis back there. I mean, he was running up, in the top 5. It's kind of surprising to me to see him come back and lose all this track position. He's going to be back here all the way back in the lower 20s.
He was leading the race.
Yeah, it's very interesting for me. Unless maybe fuel mileage is it? No, I really don't have a clue of why he'd come down here. I mean, we're getting a stage caution in what 8-7 laps here when we go green. So, I'm really surprised to see someone like Chris who is that quick to come down, take tires. I don't see any damage on that number 17 machine. And you see Ryan Taft come out here. He had a 6-second pit stop, so maybe he came in here. Maybe topped off on fuel. I'm not sure, but definitely not long enough to take tires or anything. You see a 14-second stop from Mathis, so I would assume he came down and took tires. Michael Deitch with the 7.5-second stop, and Thomas Villano also with an 8-second stop. So I think a lot of these guys coming down here maybe topped off on fuel, but I think maybe only person who came down and took some fresh Goodyear tires is maybe that number 17 machine.
I'm so confused. I don't know why he would give up that beautiful track position. He's going to be so far back, and now he's going to have to look out for wrecks.
Yeah, instead of being ahead of the wreck, being the leader, he's going to have to potentially drive through the wreck or maybe just not be a part of the wreck, right? I mean, it's definitely a bad spot for that 17 to be in right now. I mean, it's just, a little confusing to us up in the booth, but maybe he knows something we don't.
But that's going to give the lead to the 76 of William Ransone, who's up 10 spots from the race start.
Yeah,
To
70.
Stephen Menke.
Yeah, that 76 truck looked quick. Remember, he was the one who kind of was the first guy to get to our race leader and kind of figure out a way to race him. And yeah, with the 17 coming down pit road, it will give the lead to William. It looks like he does elect the outside here. Stephen Menke obviously is going to take that inside with that number 19 Ford Performance machine. Noah Nicholson, top 3, and Josh Stoll's going to round out your fast 4 here.
William Ransone, he's eager. He's eager to get this race back going.
Yeah, you see the pace car take the hard left turn once again here. And we are going to be green. Going to lap 13 here at Auto Club. Not a good start from the 19. You're going to see him already get taken 3 wide by the 49 and Nicholson. Now 3 wide for the lead here as you see the 76 trying to wrap the wall.
How about Noah Nicholson, bottom 3 wide? He's got the 19 truck right up the outside. Josh Stoll's going to push the 76 into the corner.
I saw that 99 basically trying to tandem draft with the 69. Oh my god, look how close he is to that wall. I mean, but look at the run he's going to get off the corner. I mean, if you learn how to run that wall properly like that 76 just did, look at the huge run he's going to get down the corner. I think he's going to lead that lap just from that.
Yeah, Stephen Menke, instead of trying to side draft Stoltz, he went down to side draft Nicholson, but Nicholson to the bottom of the racetrack is going to try and clear 76 off corner.
To the 49, he's going to clear the 19, but now he's going to drop in line. Oh, man.
Ooh. Huge
shot from the 99. The 40 is caution out on the track once again. You see Ryan Taft involved. We're looking at the battle for the lead here. We did not get to see this, so we'll once again take another look and see what happened here. Looking at Ryan Taft here going into turn 1 and 2.
Bottom of the racetrack. Does he slide up? Oh, he got loose.
Got loose. Trying to save it, tried to save it, and up the track he goes. And Mr. Unlucky here, Jarrett gets caught up in that. Remember, he was the reason of the first caution, and fortunately for that 6 truck, he was going to get caught up in this one as well.
Yeah, I'm worried about that front end too, Delgado. He didn't have to use he didn't have to make any repairs first time but this time, gotta do something, I believe.
Yeah, you definitely see a lot of pretty good right front damage to that truck. You see Ryan still losing it right there. Still see Ryan having some issues with that truck there, but yeah, second caution out with on lap 14 of 100 here. So seems like everybody's trying to be aggressive here with driving and getting their way up to the field here. And unfortunately, when you drive aggressively like that, sometimes that leads to some of those cautions coming out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Chris Mathis didn't make any ground on that restart after having that early pit, and I'm worried.
And you see him actually coming down pit road once again here. So,
what?
Once again, we're under 5 to go here in the stage, so we will be getting a caution here unless I'm told otherwise in the chat or something. I mean, I guess if you're in the back already, might as well come up, top off on some fuel. I see no damage to that machine, so I guess maybe, yeah, it looks like he's gonna stop and go. Get a little bit of splash of fuel. You see the 45 truck behind him, that's Noah Hunt. And that Pepsi machine, really nice looking machine right there. See Rodney Pitcock back there. Chris Vickery, Ryan Taft, obviously still down pit road trying to fix some damage. Oh man, Christian, I mean, we've seen some really aggressive racing really since the drop of the green flag. Really surprised me to see that aggressiveness, really, I mean, not even 20 laps in.
Yeah, me too. I mean, these guys are going at it. It's not an actual season race again, so maybe that's the reason. Or maybe these guys just love Auto Club. But yeah, I'm really impressed that we haven't seen more wrecks by now. I mean, it just goes to show the talent of these drivers the majority of the time. But again, it could just show you how chaotic it can be at some times, as Ranson is going to elect the outside again.
And remember, this league does have the choose cone, so we going to see a lot of drivers try to, you know, strategize their way through the field here and try to pick a line that's going to, you know, maybe give them a, you know, you see some tracks, and Auto Club isn't one of those, but you're going to see some tracks where, you know, one specific line is going to be really dominant on the restart, and a lot of people won't pick the other one. You'll see a lot of guys jump up, you know, 3 or 4 rows just to get some spots up there. But obviously Auto Club, very dynamic, as we've seen. You can go wherever you want here, with how wide this track out, with how dynamic it is, with how gripped up it is with the track temp and stuff. You're definitely going to see not that here at Auto Club. So now you see the track temp 66 degrees, so nice and cool and nice, really racy track right now. And yeah, I mean, we've seen it throughout the whole race, really. Anybody kind of going wherever they want to.
Track nice and cold. I would have my jacket on over there if it was real life, but I'm in the comfort of my own room right now, so thank the Lord.
Yeah, it can be a little chilly, especially for those Californians who are used to the high heat. Probably it would be chilly there for their standards, but pace car's going to come back in. Kind of a new front row. 49 Nicholson, William Ransom once again going to lead us to green once again here at Auto Club. And have a little green-white checkered to the stage as well.
Pretty even start from the both of the front row runners there. As 3 wide in the back. Look at this. Once again. That's the 80. That's the 07 diving all the way to the bottom. Almost left the track. Meanwhile, back out front, Nicholson easily clears Ranson out of 2.
I'm going to see him get clear of the lead here, and he's trying to pull away, but once again with the draft, not going to be able to get that far from that number 76, who's getting a push once again from the 99 of Josh Stoles. And holy sin by the number 19, Stephen Menke, trying to use that bottom to try to make it work, to try to get his way up into that P3 spot. Looks like he will clear up to that podium position.
Easily clear Josh Stoltz. If everyone keeps running like Stephen Menke is right now, I'll tell you what, I think they'll do good. I think this bottom line is prevailing as we speak, and also as we speak. William Ranson back out front.
Back out front, but you're gonna. Oh, you saw the 49 kind of been forced to back out of it. Did not get the room that he wants, but here he comes on the inside. Gonna try to cross over the 76, going into 3 and 4.
That beautiful University of Charlotte 49 Nicholson is gonna dive right back to the bottom of the track. Easy clears to 76, but they're 3 wide in the back with Josh Stoltz almost wrecking the 19.
And the 76 really got tight and got into the wall here, and really affected his ability to race for the lead.
Further on back, they're still chaotic. I'm counting 3, almost 4 wide again in the back. Meanwhile, back out front, that's 19, almost in the wall. Oh, he gets turned.
Wow, what a save by the 76. I mean, he was borderline wrecked there and somehow saved that machine. The 99. The 99. Wow, what a run. He just passed almost 3 cars right there. Going to go to the bottom of the 76. This might be for the stage here, and it is. So what a run from the 99 to, you know, pick up those spots as they cross the line there. And he's going to actually, you're going to see 99 of Josh Stoltz. He's going to take over that P3 spot. P2 spot, my apologies.
Talk about a run for the 49. Up 14 spots. Stoltz up 16. Ranson up 8. Top 3. Are some fast, race-paced runners.
Yeah, none of these guys have come down pit road yet, so this was all on speed. It wasn't a tire strategy. This was just drivers putting it all on the line here. Remember, these drivers have 4 sets of tires, so obviously we're probably going to see a lot of these guys come down, take their first set with lap 100, and you can kind of split it with four sets, right? You can kind of split into 25 lap little segments here if they want to. So we're close enough to lap to where they would want to. And now we're going to see everybody come down pit road here.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Chris Mathis stay out here. I mean, he's basically last in line. I think he needs to stay out here, especially with how many tire sets he might have already taken.
You saw Ryan Taft on the left side of your screen stay out. Obviously, he's got some damage and stuff, trying to maybe get some track position. But you do see some drivers staying out here, including the 17 of Chris Mathis. The Rodney Pitcock, who also pitted on that last yellow, stay out on track as well.
Question is, who's the first out pit road? Oh, not even close.
Yeah, you see some guys maybe topping, just splashing and going here, but you see the 99.
Josh beat him off.
Yeah, Josh Stoll's going to beat him off pit road here.
So Rodney Pitcock to the top of the board after a terrible qualifying session. He was fast in practice. He's up 26 spots from the start, and Chris Mathis is going to get right back up there. So maybe if this was what Mathis planned all along, I can see it. But nevertheless, he's on 3-lap older tires than the rest of the field, and that could mean everything at Auto Club Delgado.
Yeah, I mean, Auto Club, one of the bigger 1.5-mile style tracks, so it's just a longer way around the track. So the more laps you have on your tires, obviously, the more wear there is. But see some drivers electing, take some strategy to maybe get themselves a track position. You see Haden Higginbotham up here is going to be in the 3rd place spot here. Decided to stay out as well, up 26 spots. So, I mean, definitely some strategy coming into play here. Haden, it says zero lap. I mean, it says 0 laps on this stamp, but obviously you must have done something to get that track position.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the timing here. He went through pit lane, but didn't box.
Yeah, it looks like he just drove through. Maybe second guessed himself. Maybe missed his box. So we didn't get a chance to see. But yeah, definitely a interesting call. But it's gonna get him a heck of a lot of track position there. You saw Ryan Taft go ahead and take the wave around here, so he's gonna try to get his way back around here as soon as he can. Looks like a pretty good truck compared to what it looks like when we last saw him. So Ryan gonna try to get around the field here before we go green and maybe go another go at it. Ryan right now 4 laps down. The first car lap down. Noah Hunt's in that number 45 machine. Looks like he's still trying to take some damage. But right now he's currently the first car a lap down.
I'm excited to see what Chris Mathis and Rodney Pitcock. I want to see what their lap times are. I want to know what they are here on the start. Again, they're on older tires than these guys. I won't be surprised if they fall back, but it might take a second for them to fall through the field here. But it'll be interesting to see how it turns out for the front runners.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you see 6-lap older tires on the timer screen, but remember, I would say 3 of those laps are under caution. So you're going to say, what, 3, 4, maybe even 2-lap older tires. It's definitely not going to come to play, I don't think, as soon as we want to, but it's going to be interesting to see how they fare out here. Is once again, and we're going to go back green here. Number 1, number 17 going to lead us to green.
Good start for the number 1 of Rodney there. Josh Stoltz already looking inside of 17. Cleared him easily. Maybe not. 17's going to get a good momentum down the backstretch. Josh Stoltz going to have to try and fall in line. Who tags the front end of the 10? Just snuck in line there. That could have been real bad.
And you see a lot of tail end damage from that shot there. I don't think the 10 got damaged, but that 99. Oh, he's going to lose it right here. And oh, man.
Oh, wrecking bad. That's a 49, 31. T-bones the 49. Stoltz is in it. The 34 is in it. Zach Hummel.
And luckily we caught that one live. But we'll go back and take a look at what happened here.
Not what we want to see happen. William Ransone. Slow on the track.
So you see a big shot from the 10 here. And I don't know if maybe it spooked the 99 of of Josh here, but he just kind of goes in the corner here, and I don't know if he overdrives it or maybe the damage. I don't think the damage would have affected the truck that much to where it would lose it instantaneously, but you just see him driving in the corner and just the rear end kicks out, and you just see really nowhere to go for some of these drivers. You see the 49 involved, you see the 76, really nowhere to go, and a huge hit for the 49 into the outside wall there.
Hard.
See the 92, you see Michael Deitch. I think he kind of gets lucky there and kind of glitches through the wall, but you see the 31 with some heavy damage there. Just nowhere to go for some of these guys.
Folks, you want the big one? You just got it. Wow.
Like not a lot of damage for that 31 machine, but still probably preferably not wanting to get caught up in a wreck there, but definitely some race enders. Definitely probably for that 49 machine of Noah Nicholson. I mean, let's go on board with this with the 49 here. I mean, terrible crash for him.
Oh, that one hurt his wrist if he has Mosa.
Nowhere to go, nowhere to go. Just still getting hit into, so just the wrong place, wrong time for that number 49 machine.
I think it was gonna make it through Delgado, but Ransone checked up so hard he got loose right in front of him, and I think Ransone actually kind of turned up the track, and that's what caught the 49, unfortunately. But yeah, just a lot of cars totaled here. Only on lap number 25.
Honestly, that's probably what these front two wanted, right? A lot of those guys on fresh tires, on fast tires, maybe even some of the guys you would consider favorites to win this race, just got caught up in that wreck. No fast repairs. That's probably game over for some of these drivers like the 49, and we've even seen some guys already get out of the car, leave the sim. Diego Rodriguez, Thomas Villano, Gregory Villad, 16 laps down, right? So Austin Runkle back there in that 20 machine, 4 laps down. Noah Hunt, 3 laps down. A lot of drivers going to be at least at a very big disadvantage after that one.
Yeah, and that's just unfortunate. I still want to know what happened to Josh Stoltz. Maybe cold tires? Maybe the damage? I'm not sure. He did take a bit of a shunt from the 10 car down the back, but I don't think that's what got him to get loose. Maybe just kicked out on him. I don't really know Delgado.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see cold tires being the culprit of the issue here. Obviously, with how easy it is to kind of overpush the trucks, especially this truck on cold tires, I could definitely see maybe cold tires being the culprit of, that definitely, the damage might have spooked him a little bit, because that was a big enough hit that he probably knew he had damage, or maybe even the virtual, crew chief told him, that he's got damage back there. Maybe it spooked him, forced him to overdrive the corner, and obviously you saw the result of that.
We're through 27 laps here at Delgado. What have you liked the most out of this race so far?
Yeah, I've just been really entertained by how aggressive people have been. I mean, really no damns given for anybody, right? It's like if you've got to run, you take it. And it's been really entertaining the call, really entertaining as a spectator to watch here. But you see now the 10, that is Haden Higginbotham. He's going to take over that P2 spot because the 17 chose the top. So now new front row. It's going to be the 10 and the 1 going to lead us back to through the green.
What a jump from the 1 car. Immediately left the 10 in his dust.
Yeah, I think it was more of the 10 not having the best jump here, because you're going to see him not even going into turn 1. He's going to drop back to 4th and already going to get looked at by Nic Vasquez for that P5 spot. So definitely not the jump that Haden wanted in that number 10 Nature's Bakery machine, but he's going to try to fight for it here. Side by side with Nic Vasquez. You see the 45 coming back on track there out of the camera view.
Still 3 wide.
And once again, you're seeing 3, 4 wide back here outside the top 5 into the top 10 area. Everybody just trying to take advantage of what they can here. See a big block by the 10 on the 07 and Noah Hamilton. And now back to 2 wide, at least on the front stretch here. See if they fan out back here going into turn 1 and 2.
How about Cody Porter? P2 right now. He's to the bottom of the racetrack. We're going to try and clear the one-off corner. A little bit of a door in the back. Haden struggling on this stint. Look at the 30 on the bottom. That's Nic Vasquez making it 3 wide.
And Nic Vasquez, we know he's going to be aggressive. He's always been aggressive since I've raced with him, since we've called races with him. He's definitely going to put some drivers in some situations to maybe potentially back out of it. But right now you see 3 wide for this P3 spot. Maybe even looking at for P4 here as the run on the top starts to overtake this 30 machine.
No, I doubted him, but look who's in the lead. Chris Mathis to the point right now. And guess what? He's stretching out a gap over the 1 car.
And you're starting to see him. I mean, you know, I'm a man of my word, and I'll give him my hats off. He knew something was going to happen, put himself in the spot, and now he's leading this race here with 30 complete here, and now he's making us look like a bunch of fools here. But see this number 17 looking at the rearview mirror here, looking at his tailgate with the virtual camera, looking at everybody, trying to block the lanes, trying to figure out where he needs to put that truck.
Patrick McPeak into the top 3 in that 61 orange and black car. He's been running the high lane these past couple corners, and it's doing him a solid. He might be able to get a run on the 1 car here at Delgado.
Yeah, you see a lot of drivers as we see that he's going to drive down here, trying to use the bottom here in 3 and 4. In my opinion, if you're going to pass on the bottom, 3 and 4 is the way you got to do it, because there's just so much more real estate in 3 and 4 to go ahead and overtake it. As you see, oh, he's going to pass the number 1. Trying to look side by side with the 17, not going to get there because the 1 has a run on his outside.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if this 61 car is battling for the lead within 2 laps here. As still, we have 14 laps to the stage break here. Not a lot of time. I'm sorry, there's still time to make passes here and everything, but might not be chaotic. It's a preseason race, right?
Yeah, in my opinion, you either be cordial or you be, you know, gung-ho, making every move you can. Because remember, really the only thing you're hurting is other people's probably feelings when you're driving as aggressively. You see that huge block the 61 put on that 30 of Vasquez. You're either trying to be cordial, trying to make friends for the regular season, or you're just trying to race your heart out, trying to get a cheeky win here to try to get you some momentum going into the regular season. But I mean, I was going to say that, you know, the 61 started to lose some spots when he was on the bottom, but you saw him immediately get up to that top where he feels comfortable. Now trying to battle for that P4 position, looking for the, right now, looking on the outside of that 19 machine.
Ronnie Pitcock to the inside. He's got the 19 of Stephen Menke with him, rebounding after earlier incident. Oh, he's going to make it 3 wide. Chris Mathis to the top.
Yeah, Menke thought about taking it 3, but just did not have the run to do it. But Peacock and that 1 trying to drive it down there on the bottom, going to slide up, clear. He's going to be the leader out of 2.
Here comes Chris Mathis right back out the outside. 19, little bumper to the 1 just before the corner. Don't want to give it to him in the corner. Cause him slide up, potential accident. Meanwhile, 04 looking outside of Stephen Menke. That's Cody Porter back in the race for the lead.
Side by side back here, basically 3 rows deep. See the side by side for lead. P3 and 4, P5, P6. Now you can see the 71. Chris Davis making his way back up to the field here.
Stephen Menke. Ooh. Big checkup, big bump. He was 3 wide with the leaders for a couple of moments there. Couldn't hang on. He's gonna fall back in the middle here. Very sketchy for Menke. Chris Mathis is gonna try and go to the bottom, try to block the 1, couldn't get there.
See Menke almost side by side with his teammate there in the 30 of Vasquez. Oh, the 74 almost gets put in the wall there. Probably not very happy with that, but now you're starting to see a little bit of single foul out here for the top 4. But 3 wide, now back to 2, back here outside the top 5.
How about 61, Patrick McPeak? I said he was going to be battling for the lead a couple of laps ago. Falling back to P6 right now. He's looking in front of him for 3 wide between Stephen Menke and the 74 of Chris Davis still battling for that top 5 position. Ooh, 07 in the wall in the back.
I see the 07 grab the ball. Noah Hamilton just barely getting into it. But look at the 23 truck right here. Kind of been quiet in that Major's garage. 23s. Oh, he almost got put in the wall there, but he's slowly working his way up there. That's Majors in the 23. Calling his way up into the top 10.
Cody Porter back to the bottom of the racetrack underneath the 01 of Rodney. As we're actually coming up on some lap traffic here of Henry Kalhoff. He's still a bit further up the road, but might be something to look out for during these closing laps here.
Yeah, Henry right now, yeah, gonna be caught pretty soon here. But yeah, it's something they're gonna have to navigate, try to figure out. Henry, one of them, very talented driver, so I don't think he's gonna be an impedance on these guys. But oh, is it 17 gets hooked?
There was 19, almost upside down. 17 as well, and they're gonna stack up. What happened?
Caution eye here on lap 38, and we're gonna take a look and see what happened here. It looks like the 17 kind of almost got hooked up in an outside wall. I don't know if he wasn't clear. It's hard to see with this camera angle. It looks like maybe he thought he was clear. He simply wasn't. See if we can get a different camera angle on that, but with that, it just kind of ensues a stack up, and fortunately, the 19 gets hooked here.
I don't know. I think the 19 tried looking outside, actually.
Yeah.
The 17, and he came right back down the track and hooked it.
Yeah, looking at camera TV3 is probably the best angle we're going to get, and that's what it definitely looks like. 19 just trying to be aggressive. There was a little bit of a gap that the 17 gave, and unfortunately just wasn't enough. He's gonna hook the 17 down, and I think maybe tries to check up for the 17, and his teammate Nic Vasquez gets in the back of him, and he goes around. Saw the back end actually lift off the ground to catch some air a little bit, but really not that much damage compared to what could have happened there. He's did a good job keeping it off the track, keeping it down on the grass there, but could have been a lot worse for a lot of these drivers here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the 30 of Nic Vasquez teammates with 4 teammates with 19. When the 19 checked up, Nick checked up a little late, and that's what turned to 19. And funny enough, Nic Vasquez also ended up turning the 17 of Chris Mathis when Chris Mathis came right back down the track. So kind of a awkward situation that Nic Vasquez got put in there, turning both cars at basically the same time.
And Nick said, "Hey, I am not gonna lift for a wreck. I'm just gonna try to drive through." And unfortunately, caught 2 trucks in the crossfire there. But that's what happened. You see some cars down pit road here. And some of these pit stops do make a little bit more sense compared to some of our other drivers that we had out. But yeah, I mean, 40 laps in, we just ran what? A decent amount of laps here, and then yeah, it's like 18, yeah, 18-ish, 20 laps on this stint. So this would make a little bit more sense to come down, take some tires. I would say is a little bit too early for some other drivers. That's why you see people like Rodney Pitcock, Cody Porter, Nic Vasquez. They're electing to stay out and take a gamble here. Right now, I mean, Rodney, 24 laps on those tires and still been able to keep the lead. So maybe this is a learning lesson for some of these guys later on in the race that, 24 lap tires. And I mean, he had what, 6-7 lap old tires compared to everybody else, and has still been able to keep the lead here.
Yeah, Rodney's he's holding his ground out there. I'll tell you what, the people that just pit right now, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say that they're gonna stay out right here at the stage break. Coming up very shortly, actually. We're going to restart, I believe, 3 laps to go on the stage. So they're going to be okay. If they want to, they can, of course, go very slow on the track to save their tires. But they're going to have great track position on the restart after the stage break.
See 3 cars choose the outside. That's going to give a huge break to that 16 machine, I believe that is. He's going to take the second row there. He's going to thank you very much, guys. That is the 15. He's gonna take that P3 spot away.
How about Jarrett Ferreira in the P5? Some right rear corner quarter panel damage. But he's up there. He's doing really good, rebounding from P28 qualifying position. He's up 23 spots.
I mean, it's good to see someone like Jared up here, running up here, right? I mean, he's the first 20 laps could not catch a break. Remember, got doored down the track, saved it down pit road, and then after he thought, oh, maybe that's the one. That's my one and done wreck, right? He gets caught up in that wreck with Ryan Taft. So you still see, as we saw in the broadcast, he still does have a little bit of right side damage on that rear end, but not enough to where I don't think it's going to affect the way that car's handling. Car looks really good out considering what he's gone through this first 40 laps.
How about Adam Smith? Up 11 spots. Haven't talked about him much today in the 11 car. He's going to restart P3 here on the bottom.
You see Adam, and yeah, doing a really good job. Up 10, up 11 spots, and he's gonna. I think he is the first car on the outside, and maybe no, he's that number 15 machine. Sorry, scoring and timing and scoring not correct for some of the car numbers, but once again, green here. A good jump for the one. Once again, gonna come up and clear that top.
Yeah, Ronnie has been really rock solid on these restarts here today. He's got Cody Porter challenging him to the outside already in a 1.
And Cody's got to run off the top, but not. Yeah, it will be enough for him to get on his outside here. He's going to get some help from Adam Smith and that number 15 machine, maybe. Trying to give him a little bit of an air shove out there. Now we're going to be side by side going into 3 and 4 for this lead.
Ronnie back down to the bottom. He's going to slide off the track. Look out, Cody. Almost doored him off of 4. They're going to come to 3 to go on the stage.
I see everybody being a little bit more cordial here. No 3 wide yet. It's 2 by 2 for position for the most part, but even then, mostly just single file, kind of everybody separated out with these tire differences.
Cody Porter around the outside. He's going to clear Ronnie in the 3. Good move from Cody Porter.
Good run off the turn 2. He's going to get that really good straight line speed out of the corner here. He's going to try to do the same here. It's a little bit of contact.
Saw it coming, but they're going to come to 2 to go. Cody in the lead in stage 2. There goes Adam Smith around the outside of Ronnie.
He's going to clear that number 1. You might start to see the tire wear start to come into effect now as he's under pressure by Chris Davis. Here comes the 6 of Jarrett back there. As you're going to start to see maybe the tire wear maybe start to show on this number 1 machine as he's just trying to hold off for these last couple of laps here.
Yeah, I just got the Fen guy hang in there. There's a bit of a gap to P5. So even if he does get passed by a 74 here, he should be okay. Meanwhile, almost 3 wide on back. Jarrett Ferreira off of 4. He's going to try and clear Noah Hamilton. But Nic Vasquez also back there after being involved in the last incident, working his way up to P5.
Get it, Chris. You see the 6 go on the bottom, trying to maybe use kind of that slide job maneuver here. And I think he's going to make it work. They see Vasquez with not the best corner, but he's going to cross him over once again. It's fun to see how much of a run you can get off the corner and kind of cross him up there. The 7 in the wall there. That could have been bad.
Ooh. Meanwhile, P2. Ronnie Pickock in the middle, Adam Smith around the outside, and that's going to be Chris Davis around the inside. Makes the move look easy. But up front, Cody Porter is going to win stage number 2.
I'll see where they throw the caution is. They will throw it now. Threw it a little bit late. Last stage, so yeah. Cody Porter, stage 2 winner in that 04 machine. I mean, we knew he was going to be up there competing. I mean, started P2, up here leading second stage here. And now, after this stage, guaranteed yellows. So, besides, some wrecks, after stage 2, we're going green potentially for the rest of the race here.
Yeah, Cody Porter in that 04 looking really good at the end of that stage there. being able to fend off multiple cars, fend off Adam Smith, Chris Davis, Ronnie Pitcock, and Rodney, go get some tires, buddy. You earned it.
Yeah, Rodney keeping that P4 underneath them. And even I'm really, once again, impressed with this number 6. After everything's gone through, he's going to come out here, get a nice top 5 stage finish. And, yeah, also with some older tires, all these guys, I would say, 9th on up are going to get some tires. You see Hank Moore back there, lost some spots to the newer tires. He'll definitely be coming down pit road. Michael Deitch with 21 lap old tires, along with Matthew Owens in that number 34 Silverado. But I'm really surprised to see that some of these other tires didn't really drop up to the field. The first of the new tires right there, Patrick McKeek and Major back there in the 23, the first of your guys who pitted there. But once again, like you mentioned, Christian, maybe just trying to sit back there and save those tires, trying to baby them until we got to this stage.
Yeah, I don't think they were pushing the tires that hard. Let's see. Oh wow, they do come down pit road.
So some of the
people we just saw pit a couple laps ago, some of them do actually come down pit road.
Well, you imagine that they're probably just coming down maybe to top off on fuel. Remember, with how big Auto Club is, the fuel range is not the biggest here, so you're gonna see some people maybe do some stop and goes. I don't imagine them coming down with and taking new tires with just 7 laps on those tires, and you do see some drivers come out with some shorter pit stop times. See everybody come off. See Joe Gibbons, I think one of the first drivers who did a fuel only, so he's going to be up 17 spots. We haven't seen him really up towards the front at all this race.
Yeah, Joe Gibbons in that beautiful 8 truck. 17 positions, Rodney. It's going to fall out right behind him in the P6, so it'll all work out for Ronnie Pitcock.
Yeah, Rodney.
Ransone, rebounding actually from the wreck earlier, back into the top 10, P7.
Yeah, really good recovery for the 76. We know he's quick. Remember battling up for the lead there and got caught up in that wreck, but truck looks pretty clean, relatively good for getting caught up in a wreck. But once again, choose cone, you're going to see some of these drivers elect the bottom, the top. See them choosing whatever the line they want.
Joe Gibbons to the outside. A lot of cars. Let's see. Patrick McPeak took the outside. Munatsi Major and P1 have not heard him at all today in that 23 truck.
Now Munatsi, I think he has the highest I rating here in the field. You see that Major's garage, number 23. But what's up there? Peaking, cracking the top 10, and then we started getting those cautions, and he came down pit road. Off kind of sequence here, so he does have 9 lap tires compared to some of the other drivers. Remember, he came down and pitted after that last caution with about 9 to go before the stage, obviously, and so kind of flipped the stage. Decided to stay out here, and then now he's going to be leading this race here, coming to lap 50.
Yeah, realistically, he only ran about 4 race laps on those tires. Everything else on this quote 9-lap stint was pace laps. So the majority of laps he's done on these tires have been pace laps. So we'll see. When Ronnie stayed out earlier, he didn't lose that many spots, and I expect the same for Munatsi Major, a veteran in the field here today.
You're going to see Munatsi and Patrick McPeak. You see the 61 back up front here. He's going to take the green flag. 61 on the top, 23 on the bottom, going to lap 50. Echo restart zone, and way back green.
Great restart for Patrick on the high side. He's going to have 74 of Chris Davis right behind him.
And you see them tandeming down the front stretch there. And you see give the lead to the 61, and now the 74 going to battle on the top.
Munatsi trying to hold on to his position there. Meanwhile, further on back, 3 wide all throughout the field.
I see Michael
Chris
Deitch
Davis.
picking up some spots there. Ooh, that was close between the 76 and the 51 at Deitch, but I think the 76 gonna keep it off the 51 now, side by side for that position there.
Oh, caution's out.
I'm gonna find what that caution was for.
Looking
Oh, it looks like maybe the
here.
5. Yeah,
Yeah.
Julia had some issues. Take a look and see what happened to Julia. Skipped a little bit too far back.
Let's see, 3 wide on the backstretch. Justin the 3. Oh, almost hit someone.
And that was, he almost got in the Henry Caloff there in that number 63. And maybe Henry wasn't a big fan of that dooring, and like she might have had some help there. Let's take another camera angle. Like she might have had some help going into turn 3 here by that driver who she kind of almost put in the wall there. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely contact there. Don't know if that was intentional or not, but you definitely see that number 5 going around in the infield there, and that will definitely bring out a caution.
Zach Hummel actually got the last contact with the 5 there. But yeah, that looked like barely any amount of a checkup there. I wouldn't be surprised if he kind of kept the throttle in it there. If I was in that same position, I can't lie, I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah, no one really likes getting used up like that. Obviously, I don't think Julia meant that, but I think maybe she didn't know that she was three wide there, and just tried to give room to the bottom. Unfortunately, Henry was up there.
Well, back out front, Stephen Menke back into the top 3. Haven't talked about him as of recent. Actually had a really good run there towards the end before that caution on the first lap. Made a couple moves around the outside, and look at back into the P2 number 2 spot. Apologies.
Yeah, Steven's been very quick this whole race. Obviously qualified back there in the P6 position, up 4 spots, up in that P2 spot. And yeah, just doing a really good job comparatively. Once again, he's been caught up in some incidents. Remember, got into the back of the 17, got spun out by his teammate, now back up here in P2, trying to get up here and be competitive out here with just over halfway complete here at Auto Club.
Chris Davis has just been super strong all around today.
I definitely agree. That Monster Energy machine looking very, very quick right now, sitting where he qualified in that P3 position. With I mean, yeah, looking really sporty. Once again, gotta look back at Munatsi back there. Up in the Fast 4 was really quiet until, you know, basically the second half of this race started, and I've been up here pretty, you know, pretty quick, pretty fast looking up here in the top 4. I have to give a huge shout out to Joe Gibbons. I mean, once again, one of those drivers kind of slowly but quietly working his way up here into the top 10 right now, sitting P5. And you see him right there, lowest of 29th, now up here in the P5 position. So, I mean, he's definitely had an up and down day, it looks like. And but right now, looks like he's on the up.
Munatsi Major still hanging into the top 5 after didn't have that great of a restart, unfortunately, on the bottom. On the most recent restart, he actually elects to take the outside this time, so maybe a little bit of learning from his mistakes beforehand.
Yeah, I feel like the top has been kind of the most preferred, most kind of dominant line on these restarts. And you saw, like, the leader chose the bottom of that last restart. And the 61 of McPeak passed him on the outside as the non-control car. So you can definitely tell that the outside maybe is the way you want to go here on these restarts. But maybe someone can figure out a way to get a good jump here on this bottom. See the 61 of McPeak, the 74 Davis on that bottom. I look back out here at some of these drivers you expect to be up here towards the front. Noah Hamilton back here in the P16 after coming down pit road, but definitely look for him to maybe make his way up through the pack here. Pace car off, taking a hard left turn down pit road, back into the Geico restart zone, and the 61 is going to lead us back to green.
Good restart for him again.
Yeah, that inside just still continues to struggle on the restarts here. Really, the only guy with a good jump is Chris Davies in that number 74, trying to battle for that P2, now P3 spot. Trying to make that inside work.
Not going to be able to clear him off the corner, but it's certainly going to hang on. Stephen Menke's going to have to give a big old push to the 61 car up top. Chris Davis is going to fall. Now door to door to 19, heading to 3.
And the battle for P2. Now the battle for P1. I mean, once again, with that bottom and 3 and 4 just so wide, so dynamic. Now you can go from battling for a P4 to battling for a P1 if there's enough cars there. Now side by side for the lead going to the line. Give that one to the 61.
Coming up right behind him, a 3-car pack. Led by Matthew R.D. Campbell in the 81 car. He's going to look to the bottom, trying to find some clean air just so he can catch this 3-car breakaway in the front, which is led by Patrick McPeak.
You got to look at Campbell there. Remember, qualified really well. Right, it's been really quiet. Really wasn't running up front towards this first half of the race, but now up here in the top 5, trying to make himself maybe a player to win this race here at the end. Everybody single file back here, basically out in the top, basically top 7 side by side, and then you get back there 2 or 3 wide back there, maybe for the battle for 9th. There you see Higginbotham in that 10 machine now trying to battle with with that Mobile 1 machine and the 95. Now 3 wide with the 76.
Ooh, right in the back. That's the 1 car in the wall hard. He saves it, keeps it down low, but Ronnie with heavy right side damage.
Yeah, that was a big avoidance by a lot of these drivers. You saw the 17, Chris Mathis almost got caught up in that, but wow, what a tough break for some of those guys back there. Rodney already, alt F4ing to try to get out of the way there. What a selfless move. I mean, he did right there. Just try to keep this race going green. But definitely a tough break for him, running up front all race. Now to sitting in pit road.
Just tough break for that 1 car. That was such a hard lick. Gonna be a lot of repairs there. I doubt he comes back into this race as a contender. And that's unfortunate. He was trying to make his way back up through the field. But back out front, Stephen Menke to the bottom of Patrick McPeak.
And side by side for the lead out of turn 4. Bottom gets the run in. Top gets the run out. Give that one to the 61 once again. But that's just something you have to talk about. When you put yourself in a position back there, running back there in the teens and the 20s, that's just something that, you put yourself at risk at doing, is getting caught up in a wreck or getting, used up by someone who's trying to make up spots there. When you're up here, usually you've seen, for the most part, besides that wreck with the 17 and the 19, most of those wrecks have been, 10th on back, just trying to make up spots there. And, that's just a spot you put yourself in when you put yourself back there in the back of the pack and then kind of forcing yourself to make up spots the hard way.
Munatsi trying to close in on the top 2 here. He's going to have a big old run on Stephen Menke. What does he do with it? He's going to stay up high with the 61 of McPeak.
He's going to push McPeak up here through turn 1. Try to get a run off at turn 2. Trying to stay in the tire tracks at 61. And here comes the 15. Adam Smith back up here, trying to battle for that P4 spot.
Haden Higginbotham making his way back up. And trying to fight his way into the top 5. Chris Davis has fallen back just a tiny bit. Back out front, looks like pack racing out front.
Really does. Looks like kind of back old time COT racing. You see, basically tandeming back there. See the bottom trying to make a run on the bottom, and then you'll see the top get a little bit of momentum off the top and clear him. Not the best 1 and 2 for the 19. It forces the 15 to kind of go low, and the top's going to get another run out of the corner once more.
Heavy side drafting down the backstretch. Stephen Menke was way up the track trying to side draft to 61, make it dead even in the 3. 61 with the advantage mid-corner.
Yeah, the 61 just really found to grow up there on the top, and really the only time that he gets in really a challenge is when we go into 3 and 4. Oh, 3 wide here.
Here comes Majors through the middle. Can he make the move work? Oh, almost 4 wide. Adam thought better of it. Into 1. Stephen Menke should be able to slide up and clear Major.
Major's going to clear the 61, and Menke's going to clear Major. So that just kind of tossed around your race lead here. And now you see Major kind of using up the 19, trying to get back to the top.
That was a push almost gone wrong. Now Major is going to get left right back outside the high side. On top of the 61, Menke will slide up, try to give him some dirty air. Into the wall, actually, Major.
Major into the wall. I think McPeak tried to slide up there, not clear. And I pushed the 23 up there. And now 3 wide for this P2, now P3 spot.
Here comes Chris Davis back into the mix. Major had to check up real hard when he got into the wall. How about this? Back up into the top 3, that's Jerry Ferrero.
Yeah, where did he come from? Now up into the top 2. Caught up in 2 wrecks and now up here trying to battle for this lead.
Yeah, 19's going to dive right back to the bottom there. Jarrett might have a bit of a run off corner. What does he do with it? He's going to look inside.
What a good crossover by the 6. Got the run on the top. Just basically timed it up perfectly to where he can get on the outside going into 1 and 2.
Well, further on back, still side by side. Munatsi all the way against the wall. 61 of Patrick McPeak back outside. Adam Smith still struggling on the bottom. He'll have to side drive off the corner.
I see Noah Hamilton making his way back up to the field here. Down a couple spots from where he qualified, but remember, kind of been a little bit of a chaotic race for him. Got put up into the wall, kind of lost a lot of time, but now up here in the top 10. Well, as I say that, under the wall again.
Further out front, Stephen Menke still trying to hold on to the inside of Ferreira. Gonna be at his corner, into the corner, but Adam Smith still side by side 61, and Jarrett will clear the 19 off of 2. Jarrett Ferreira to the point.
Jarrett doing a really good job running the top, trying to manage the gap to the cars out back, and it's so hard to keep the lead here with just how much the draft works. With how into it, you have to be in the truck. It's really hard to pull away. I mean, we haven't really seen anything more than maybe half a second gap here this whole race when it comes to this pack style racing.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically how it has been all race. It's just very exciting racing, very chaotic. I don't know where to focus at, actually. You got cars running high, you got cars low, cars middle, everywhere. But right now, I'm focusing on the 6 car, who's still to the point. But here comes the 15 of Adam Smith to the inside of Menke.
Adam's going to drive her all the way down the bottom, almost paint that white line, and look at the run he gets.
Wow. What a move.
Third, the first, in 1 lap.
6 right down to the bottom. Is he going to clear him into 1? Yes, he does. Jarrett takes back the lead, which was not held for a while by Adam Smith. Menke right back to the bottom as well.
I mean, and this track just shows how well it races and stuff. Such a shame that we don't go here in real life anymore. I mean, it's just such a great track for racing. You saw, I mean, the 15 right there, take the lead and lose it all in the same corner, just with how dynamic, how the top works, how the bottom works, how you can side draft, how you can do everything. It's such a great racetrack, and what a great facility.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be downsized in the future. But right now, I'm focused on the beauty, and so grateful that we still have this in iRacing, so we can at least Oh, I'll tell you who's not too happy right now about Auto Club. Stephen Menke got very loose, got tapped in the back by Adam Smith. And my poetry had to be interrupted by Stephen Menke almost losing it off the bumper of Adam Smith.
Yeah, but what a save by the 19, keeping that thing straightened out at least enough to not get wrecked. And now with that checkup from that, it's brought the whole pack here. Now we're back 3-4 wide again.
Stephen Menke is going to be able to recover. He's going to hang on to P4. But I'll tell you who that benefited. 74 of Chris Davis right back to P2.
Yeah, Davis basically just ripped the wall, basically drove around that whole shabacle there. And said, well, if you're going to give me it, I'll take it. And just drove right around him on the top, took P2, trying to run down your race leader.
Oh, he's going to run him down indeed. He's going to look right back to the inside of Jarrett. He's going to be door-to-door right into the corner.
Once again, you're going to wrap that bottom. Try to do a little bit of a slide job, but not going to be clear. 6 with the run off the top.
Yeah, he tried his best Adam Smith impression right there. Could not do it. Adam Smith, though, is going to bump Jarrett right to the line. Give that lap to Jarrett as we start lap 70 of the race.
Now we're going to be side by side for that P2 spot. See the 15 all the way up there, rim riding on the top there. And you're going to get to see a really good run out of the 15. Oh, we're going to have to cross over the 74 if he wants to. No. We're going to push that 74 up to the leader.
He's going to look right down the inside of Jarrett. He's going to be even with him into the corner. 74 is not going to try for a slide job this time. He will probably learn from his previous mistake, but he will slide up the track to try and side draft Jarrett right off corner. Here comes the 04 of Cody Porter again. Where did he come from?
He's the master of just sneaking his way up through the field here. I haven't really seen him a whole lot, but up here now, trying to look to the bottom, trying to take the lead here. Not going to happen, though, as this 74 does a good job at pinching him down.
74 of Chris Davis is going to give the 04 the draft, try and keep him even with Jarrett into the corner so he can't make a move. Does it successfully. Chris Davis still in the lead. Here comes Cody Porter right back to the bottom. Davis tried to slam the door shut, but Cody Porter just got to the inside before Davis could get there. But he's going to lose momentum on the front stretch here. Davis will get the lap.
Yeah, I can imagine how frustrating it is to try to pass on the bottom there. I mean, you feel like, oh, I got the run, I got the pass made, and then just if he's running the top, he just gets you right back down the straight, and most of the time cleaves you by the time you get back in the next corner. So I can imagine the frustration from some of these drivers trying to make a pass here on the bottom, just to get it repassed back there, going into the next corner.
Oh, he's still working that inside lane. You got to be wondering how these tires are doing for everyone. I'm not too sure myself. A full tank is 37 laps. This stint, it's getting there.
Yeah, the guy with really the oldest tires in the field is your race leader. 25 laps on those tires, so only, what, 10-ish laps away from maybe green flag pit stops if we can get them.
That would be beautiful to see. What's beautiful to see right now is Cody Porter to the inside of the 74, Chris Davis, and he's actually going to lead him in the 3. What a move.
Cody Porter finally makes the bottom work, and he's going to actually slide up in front of the 74. I was thinking about this as well, too. I mean, we're coming to 25 to go pretty soon here. We are in the pit window. Whenever you come down, top off, get those fresh Goodyear tires, you're going to make it to the rest of the way here. So we might, I don't know, we might see some strategy here. Some guys trying to undercut some of these race leaders.
Yeah, especially that undercut. We're going to have to see how the undercut works. I'm looking at the times. I'd say the times, they're about 9/10 off what they're running in the first laps of this stage. So the undercut could get you almost a second a lap. So if you're someone like Chris Davis right now, I think now could actually be a good time to pit as he's struggling actually, as Higginbotham just got right past him there.
Oh,
the wall.
Got a little loose. I don't know if that was a bump or just him getting loose on his own. Yeah, he passed him for the P2 spot. Going to get up into the wall, and now going to go drop back all the way back to P5. It might look like. But with this tideway, you are starting to see a little bit of separation throughout everybody. You're starting to see who used up their stuff a little bit too quickly, starting to struggle versus some people who saved their stuff and Kind of drive up through the field here.
And Nic Vasquez trying to get a little bit of a revenge tour going on here. Hasn't been seen that much in this current stint, but he's working his way back up to P5 currently.
Man, it's so fun to see those drivers just really rip the wall and be that close up to their. I mean, for the fans at home, I mean, it's hard to show, but I mean, we'll see if Nick does it up here in 1 and 2. But they are quite literally inches off this wall here. Is the 15's gonna do that? Oh, as we do it,
quite close to the wall.
I mean, it's just so fun to see these drivers go down. As we do have some drivers down pit road here, so we're actually gonna get your pit road ticker toggle here. We can grab it here.
Yeah, McPeak was actually down pit road that time by. He's gonna fall in right behind Chris Davis, and oh boy, he's gonna drive right by him. So yeah, these new tires, they're looking fast already, Delgado.
Yeah, I mean, the new tires, I mean, 2022, I mean, you see Chris Davis, who's just trying to hold on here. 28, now coming to 30 lap tires. I mean, we see someone like Majors and Steven Menke, 37 lap old tires. I mean, those tires have to be screaming that they need something bad. It's honestly a shock to see how old their tires are compared to me. I mean, Munatsi is still up there in the P6, really only you know, was still somewhat within striking distance of it, and even the top 5. And here comes the 23.
Yeah, right down pit road. Oh, who's that behind him? That's gonna be a
17
car falling right in behind him too. Chris Mathis has gone a little silent, actually these past couple of laps, but he's gonna get some new tires here.
Those green flag pit stops are starting to happen. Once again, we're in the fuel range of where whenever you pit, you come out, you just run. I wouldn't say you run as hard as you can, but you are good to go. And
yeah, this gap that Porter has over Davis right now, if Davis were to pit at this current moment, I think Porter could wait at least 1 lap to react to it, as the gap across the line is going to be, yeah, 7/10. So I think Porter could actually wait a lap. He doesn't have to react right away to Chris Davis if he tries to undercut. But if I'm Chris Davis right now, I'm certainly thinking about the undercut.
Yeah, Porter obviously with the freshest tires out of this bunch. You're starting to see it. I mean, this is the biggest gap by far we've seen all race. With those fresher tires, I mean, it's only, what, six laps, even if that. And you're starting to see him start to slowly pull a gap now. 8/10 he's got on the 74.
How about that? Chris Mathis beat Munatsi Major right off pit road by a second. And that's crazy because they were down pit road together as more pitters.
And you see the 23 back there trying to get around some of these slower traffic. So Math is doing a great job, you know, getting off pit road and even just managing the lap traffic. You see him getting around to 81. That just really shows the speed difference of these tires. I mean, he's just flying by some of these slower guys.
Yeah, Cody Porter still out front, though. He has Chris Davis falling behind, actually. Gap almost a second now. Chris Davis, does he try and pit this lap? Is he struggling too much? Look at Jarrett in the 6th car going around the high side. Here comes Chris Davis.
Chris Davis down pit road. Here comes Nic Vasquez as well. Going to follow him down pit road. So that's going to give 3rd to Higginbotham. Adam Smith still out on track. He's gonna take over that P4 spot. And really,
Porter, he doesn't have to react yet. He is actually on the freshest tires out of the people who haven't pitted yet, so he can still hang out for a little bit. But does he react? We have to see. Chris Davis on pit road.
It looks like you might be trying to come down pit road here. You're really using that pit road line, and here he comes. Here comes the race leader. 04, Cody Porter down pit road.
That was close. You saw how loose he got down pit road, but Cody Porter in pit road almost wrecked it. And Higginbotham ensued.
Higginbotham in. And now that's going to give over the race lead to Adam Smith here in the 15. He's going to try to run out a couple more laps. I figured that everybody would react to Cody. I mean, he's got the freshest tires, and you really have to go towards him, right? So, because if anything, you're going to be running slower than that guy on fresher tires, but still see the 15 out on track. He's gonna get some laps under his belt leading. So we'll see how long this 15 decides he wants to stay out here.
The left side's just going up now on Cody Porter. Where does he come out in front of Chris Davis? That's all that matters. He's off pit road now.
Cody Porter coming out of the pits, emerging up.
He's gonna clear him easily. Wow. Tell you what, Chris Davis just put in the lap of his little race. Got around Cody Porter by a mile.
And now Cody Porter is the one, you know, we thought maybe he was the guy to beat with the fresh tires, but I mean, you have to react to the guys around you, right? Even though maybe you were running quick compared to the older tire guys, those guys have fresh tires, right? It doesn't matter how quick you are compared to those fresh tires. You have to react to those guys, regardless if you saved your tires better, because you see now, maybe faster on the older tires, but now very behind here, almost a second behind Munatsi Major up there in that 23 machine.
I'm surprised. I mean, it was a second gap. I've been proven wrong once again this race. It was a second gap when Davis came down pit road, and he came out in front of Porter. I wonder if Porter, if that moment coming down pit road, I wonder if that lost him the lead.
Yeah, that could be a big case scenario right there. I mean, you saw Porter giving everything he could to make up time on entry, and sometimes if you just overdo it just that little bit, it can cost you a lot of time there. Maybe that was the benefactor to the 74. Sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. So, and you see now the 74 out up ahead. Oh, you see the 74 in the wall now. That's actually gonna be a big advantage to the 4, as now he's gonna start to reel him back in.
How about the provisional leader right now, Jared Ferreira? Boxed 6 laps before Porter did, and he's up there, provisional lead right now. Again, Adam Smith, Noah Hamilton, Henry Kahlhoff, and Joe Gibbons need a pit. But as I say that, Adam Smith on the apron.
And Smith coming down pit road. Finally going to give up that lead. Noah Hamilton now will take over your race lead. And with Henry Kahlhoff going to take over that P2 spot. Yeah, I didn't even really notice the number 6 up here where he was. Provisional leader, I mean, he's got a 3-second gap on Mathis here. Obviously a little bit older tires compared to the Mathis. But not really actually. Mathis only 2 lap fresher tires, but you're going to see someone like Cody Porter 4 lap fresher tires. But once again, almost 5 seconds behind her, this number 6 machine.
Yeah, at this point, if you're Hamilton or Kahlhoff, you just got to bring the car in at this point. I think the overcut, it's not going to work, I don't think, in my opinion, right now. It'll be good, maybe if there's a restart, but as I speak, Hamilton down pit lane.
Yeah, I think what Henry's trying to do, I think he's just hoping for a caution to come out here. I mean, it's way past time for, you know, any type of strategy that it consists of staying out this long and just not going to win you the race. I mean, even the 6, right? I mean, he has an 11-second gap, but he's running almost, you know, half a second quicker a lap. So, I mean, even with that, you're still going to get caught. I mean, half a second, 11 seconds, it's only going to take, what, 25 laps to get to you as here comes Henry.
So last time around, Jarrett ran a 40.748, and the 04 last time around ran a 40.59. So 04 is quicker, but is it going to be enough? I don't think so at this rate.
Yeah, big advantage he does have, though, is he does have kind of a group of buddies, I guess, if you want to call it, that can kind of help get him to the leader, right? If they're smart, they can, you know, whatever they need to do, draft with each other, push each other up to that race leader. You see the race leader actually catching some lap traffic right here. The 61.
Yeah, this is going to be very beneficial to Cody Porter, Munatsi Major, and Chris Mathis. Back there, waiting patiently, 2, 3, and 4. As, yeah, Jared is actually going to have some trouble getting past the 61 here.
At 61, not really pulling over to the side and letting him have it. I mean, Patrick, to be fair, 1 lap down, trying to stay 1 lap down. If he gets a caution, that can potentially save his race. So we'll see if the 6 can get around him. But we know the 61 right now. This is basically his race on the line. If he goes 2 laps down, that's, staying 1 is a lot more beneficial than going 2. Usually when you go 2 plus, I mean, it's a hard way to climb out of this, especially coming to 10 to go here.
Last time around, the gap was 2.777 seconds. Jarrett Ferreira in traffic. Let's see if this gap comes down. I assume it will. And yes, it does by 0.6 that lap.
Yeah, Cody got that down to 2.1 compared to the 2.7. So Cody's moving. He's even started the gap to 23. So you could tell, I mean, 10 laps to go. There's not really tire wear anymore. You don't have to worry about that. You're going. You're pushing as hard as you can to get to that race leader.
Yeah, at this rate, Cody can catch Jarrett in about 4 laps if he does put 6/10 up a lap. But again, I don't think that he can get 6/10 again this lap unless Jarrett still had trouble with lap traffic. And again, I'm proven wrong again. That time it's 8/10.
Yeah, I mean, Cody is on pace to catch the 6. Right now, even with lap traffic, he did a heck of a lot better job getting around some of this lap traffic. And in the 61, I don't know if he'll fight the 04 as much as he did your race leader. I mean, he's not racing the 04 for anything, right? We'll see if the 61 will race him hard or if he's just going to let him go.
Let them go. That's a great move by the 61. Let the leaders race. Let them give us a show here in this preseason event for the VRS Truck Series. Coming to 9 to go. And that gap is coming down like a rock.
I mean, that 6 car is now in the camera shot of this 04. We've been kind of focused on the 04. On the 04, now that 6 is starting to get reeled in quick. Within the camera shot on some of these wide angle shots you see right there, that 6 right in front of there, just trying to do everything he can to mitigate the damage.
He's going to dive it into 3. Both of them using that inside line, work their way around. I wonder, is the tire advantage, is it a 5-lap difference in tires? Is this the advantage that Cody Porter gets? As at the line, it's closer than ever, separated by less than 4 car lengths, and Cody Porter's on a rocket ship.
Yeah, Cody Porter is there, and he is going to be aggressive to try to get around him as soon as he can.
He's going to look around the high side. Does he get there? Jarrett loose, and now here comes Cody Porter to the bottom of the racetrack. Jarrett doesn't fight it at all. What a move by Cody Porter. And he has the lead of this race. Wow. Power move.
And he did a great job just getting to him. I mean, you see the 23 and the 17, these guys are kind of stuck together. Have not been able to make that much time up compared to that 04. All kind of pitted together. And that just shows, how much Cody Porter can get out of that racetrack. Caught him in a quick, passed him in a quick with 5 laps still to spare.
I wonder if Munatsi can pull off something here. Chris Davis back in the P7 position. He was P2 with Cody Porter. I wonder what's happened with the 74 truck. Obviously lost some speed there. But it's Cody Porter to the point in punto.
Yeah, Cody's still continuing the gap, everybody. I mean, he ran a 40.0 that last lap. We'll see what he runs now. Yeah, 41.0 versus even the Munatsi's 40.1. And so, actually, scratch that. He just ran at 40.2. So, Munatsi a little bit quicker. About 200ths off. Maybe getting some draft from the 06.
Yeah, if he wants to chase Porter, he has to clear the 6 ASAP. What does he do? He's going to look low while the 6 stays high. And here comes Chris Mathis back into the picture. Does Chris Mathis try and help Major get back up to Cody Porter? Almost contact off the corner between P2.
And you're going to see the 17 work with the 23. They know that 6 car is just trying to mitigate damage. He knows that they cannot work with them. They need to get past them as soon as they can. to try to run down this leader. It looks like the 23 will get past. It looks like the 17 might have a little bit of issues getting around the 6 here.
See, that time by, Porter was definitely quicker by about a tenth. So gap 1.3 seconds to first and second. Cody Porter, he's living life.
And now that they got around the 6 for the most part, these guys have to work together if they want a chance, right? Coming forward to go here, they have to make a plan to get to your race leader. They cannot fight it out for this P2, P3, P4 spots. They need to work together, get to your race leader, and do exactly what Nic Vasquez is not doing, trying to race these guys.
Yeah, it's not going to work if they do it like this. That gap got even bigger that lap, Delgado. Cody Porter is setting in lap times like he's in a SpaceX rocket ship right now. This is crazy from Cody Porter.
See, the 30 just kind of not giving the 17 a lot of room. It looks like the 17 not going to give the room back.
Ooh, here comes Higginbotham on the inside.
You're going to see a huge block from the 30 to the 10 machine. And I'm a little dumbfounded that they're racing this hard.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off. Hold the phone. Cody Porter lost about a second to P2 that lap.
Yeah, I think I saw him.
Major to the point.
Yeah, I think I saw the Porter into that wall, but you see him really ripping the wall here. And I mean, it's so easy to make a mistake, especially coming out of 1-2. It's just a little bit of a tighter turn than it is in 3 and 4. But you saw, I mean, you're starting to see the 04. Yeah, using the bottom. You saw the mistake that he made, trying to maybe switch it up. I mean, he cannot give it up here.
Yeah, it's too late to make a mistake. It's all perfection from here. Let's see if this gap gets a little larger this time around. Yes, it does. 3/10. So Porter, big sigh of relief. Just hit the wall a little bit. Nothing terminal. Still keeps his lead by a second and a tenth. Meanwhile, P3, Higginbotham around the outside of Mathis. And he gets it done.
Oh man, I just feel like Munatsi just feels like if these guys wouldn't fight each other, they could actually go up there and maybe make a charge here. But even if they try, now I think it's too little, too late. Oh, you see the 30 into the side of the 17. Starting to see some fenders getting used. I mean, I think they know now that their time's up. They're just trying to race for position now. That they're not going to catch your race leaders. You see Higginbotham to the bottom of the 23.
Yeah, it's go time. It's the white flag lap. P1 most likely decided. P2, anything's on the table. Higginbotham to the bottom of the racetrack.
Higginbotham with a good 1 and 2. I think he's going to clear the 23.
Oh,
Will the
beautiful.
23 have another run to go to the bottom? He's going to have to take it if he has anything.
Come on, use the apron. Use the apron, Major. Use the apron. Ah.
Major elects to use the top. He's going to get a good run off.
It's going to be enough. I don't know, Delgado. He's falling back quickly.
Well, coming out of turn 3 and 4, the 04 is going to kind of surprisingly take the win away here. Cody Porter wins, and Higginbotham going to steal P2. Munatsi Major, P3.
What a race. Wow.
That was definitely a fun one to call. I mean, that was just such a great last couple of laps there, right? We thought that maybe the 6 had something going where he short pitted and maybe had a big enough gap to maybe, sneak in a win here. But unfortunately, the tire advantage just not what we thought it would be. And Cody Porter came up here, took the lead, took it quick, and just kind of mitigated the damage. He's going to come here and win in this preseason race at Auto Club.
Yeah, if this is what the season is going to look like, guys, you're going to want to stay tuned because, I mean, it's incredible. We saw a great green flag run at the end. A lot of chaos. Good old 5-wide racing. And to top it all off, that 04 Express Elite truck is going to bring it home in victory lane. And here comes the burnouts.
Well-deserved burnouts for Cody Porter. I mean, qualified P2. Kind of ran up towards the front for the most part of the race and come out here. Great strategy call for him. Not only had the fastest tires, remember, he had the fastest long-run car before that green flag pit stop. And then came out here, pitted a little bit later. Then some of the other guys came up here, drove his way up to the lead, and comes here and claims the checkered flag. Gonna go take that truck up into the victory lane over here, right up here towards the start finish line. I think. No, he's gonna continue to burn it down.
Uh-oh, he's gonna be in a wall here. Ooh, saves it. Ah, look at that 180. I'm getting stuck in the grass now. Rained earlier.
Yeah, he is gonna park that thing in victory lane, but while we get ready to get your top 3 interviews done, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick commercial break, get everybody into the VC, and get ready to go here.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Alrighty, welcome back from that commercial break, everybody, and we're gonna go ahead and talk to your top 3 here. First, we're gonna be starting off with Munatsi Major here in the 3rd place. Munatsi, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, definitely relatively pretty chaotic race for you. Kind of weren't really, I would say, not towards the front as much as we expected you to the first half of the race, but towards the end kind of started to shake it up. And we're up here in the podium position. So just walk us through your race. Walk us through especially that green flag pit stop.
Yeah, so I'm not really great at qualifying, so it kind of had bad track position to start out. But it ended up working out because I was able to see like what racing in the pack was going to be like. And I realized that it was kind of difficult to pass, and so track position was definitely going to be a premium towards the end of the race. And so we kind of modeled our pit strategy around that. Luckily, we were able to get a pretty decent green flag run in that last stage. Um, had my spotter Dallas Pataska. He was walking me through everything. We were able to come down pit road, jump ahead of a couple people on a short pit, and then I ended up coincidentally coming out right with my teammate Chris Mathis, and we tried to draft up to the front. Came up one spot short, but two spots short, but overall a pretty good race.
You got anything from Christian?
I mean, Munatsi, yeah, you mentioned it. Not a great qualifier. Can you just explain to people at home, obviously, like, how much qualifying, in your opinion, how much does qualifying affect one's confidence or momentum heading to the race? For you at least.
I don't know if it's so much a confidence thing. I think it's just kind of the importance of that track position. Um, I know once I get into the race and I start to get into a rhythm, I can kind of try to start to gain some of those spots back, but it definitely makes it a lot more difficult on yourself if you're starting towards the back. So track position is definitely really important, especially in these cars. And luckily tonight it ended up falling in our favor.
Well, congrats, Munatsi, on P3. That's all for me.
Yeah, before we let you go, Munatsi, anybody you want to shout out, any sponsors, friends or family watching at home, or anybody you want to shout out for this P3 finish?
Definitely. So I want to thank Major's Garage Esports. It's been great working with them. My teammates, Chris Mathis, Hank Moore, Chris Vickery, and then everybody else with the team that's working on our sets. Dallas Pataska, team owner, Mike Oilette for letting us run this series. So definitely want to thank Major's Garage and then you guys for putting on this series.
Well, we definitely appreciate the kind words. But yeah, we're going to let you go ahead, get out of here, and celebrate with your friends and family. And hopefully we can talk to you up here, maybe in Victory Lane up there in February for that Daytona race.
Hopefully. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And now we're going to go ahead and drag in your P2 finisher, Haden Higginbotham. Hayden, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, definitely. Also, kind of an up and down race for you. Kind of, I would say the kind of the same story for you. I mean, looks like you didn't qualify the best, but really did a good job getting your way up to the front. Really pretty early, unlike Munatsi, and kind of shook things up with the green flag pit stops. But just walk us through the race. Walk us through how you got up there in this podium spot.
Well, this one was very eventful for me. The first pit stop we had, my crew chief didn't tell me where the pit box was, so I ended up just staying out that entire stage. And then second stage wasn't too bad. And then the third stage, when I was running up front, when I was running for like I think it was third, I hit the wall like a dummy and got like I think when I went back in the pits, it was 3 minutes of optionals and my wheel was out of alignment. So I was kind of like, I don't know how well I'm gonna do, but I guess I'll go out there and try. And it worked out pretty well. I got second, so
Yeah, so walk us through like when you bent that wheel was with no fast repairs. Is it something that with no fast repairs and with how much track position that you could potentially lose? Was there even a thought in the mind of I'm gonna have to sit in here and fix this, or was it just like, well, we're gonna have to deal with it?
the only thought I had was if there's a caution, I was gonna try and do as much as I could. But I told myself if we're still green and we're doing a green flag pit stop, then I'm not gonna try and fix any of it. I'll just roll with it and see what happens.
That's definitely interesting. Christian, you got anything for him?
Nothing for you, Hayden. I'm just really glad you were able to rebound there. It's fun watching you.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, Hayden, before we let you go, once again, we're gonna leave the floor to you. Is there anybody you want to shout out, thank, any fans or fans are at home watching? Anybody you want to thank for this P2 finish?
I want to thank Tipton Hardin Motorsports for letting me drive and giving me apparently a pretty damn durable truck. So thanks to them. And that one was from my dad who passed in August. So I'm doing this whole season for him. So it's good to start off the season right.
That's beautiful. It's beautiful. Sorry for your loss, Hayden, but
Thank you guys.
Yeah, very
Not
deep.
to dampen the mood or anything, but
No,
I'm a little. It just made me upset.
no, we
all right, man.
Divas
Appreciate you guys.
yeah, Divas condolences with your father, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let you go out there, celebrate with friends and family, and yeah, hopefully once again we can see you up here in in an interview, maybe in Victory Lane sooner or later.
Hopefully. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for hosting and stuff.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Lastly, we're gonna bring up your race winner, that 04, with that great strategy call at the end, Cody Porter. Cody Porter, Cody, you got us.
Yes, sir.
Well, very, eventful race, but in a good way for you, right? Qualified P2, kind of up front all race, and had a little bit of a different strategy call there at the end. But walk us through your race, walk us through that last green flag run, and walk us through what was going through your mind to get you to victory lane here.
I know I just wanted to save my tires the entire race. I had a feeling most people would try to burn up the right front or the right rear, and I just didn't want to do that. It led to some sketchy moments where people were putting people 4 or 5 wide at points. But we survived. We got to the last stage where I knew I could stretch it really long. So I put myself in the back, saved a little bit of tire, pushed to the front, got the lead, and then I think I pushed an extra 2 laps more than everybody else. And then I think we ended up finishing, what, a second ahead of everybody else, 2 seconds ahead, and even took down the wall at one point, I think.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I certainly remember you getting the wall. I was a little worried. I thought you lost some speed or something. I was getting excited. I thought P2 was catching you there, but obviously very fast. Was there really any complaints today with your car?
I don't know. I have a pretty dialed in setup. Can't complain there. And I had a regiment. I knew exactly what lap I want to go to the top, and that was the lap I went to the top. And I kind of misjudged my braking point and took down the wall with me. But it didn't slow us down too much. We kept on trucking and pulled back out.
Well, definitely a pretty dominating performance for you towards the end there, really running down the 6 and doing it in a quick fashion, right? You definitely were the first guy to get to them and to him, and really left a gap behind to the guys behind you, right? You kind of came out with a group, put a gap on them, ran down the 6, and now you're sitting up in here in victory lane.
For sure. It was a ton of fun. I love the trucks. This league's a ton of fun to race in.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree. It was fun to watch here and fun to call. But before we let you go, anybody you want to shout out? Any friends, family, sponsors, anybody watching at home that you want to thank for this one here in the preseason?
I got to thank Outlaw Speedco. Setup was great. I got to thank you guys for the stream. I got to thank Moonshine Motor Club for the ride. They gave me the ride for the season. And again, back to you guys. I can't wait to watch the stream back and see any mistakes I may have made. And then hopefully you guys are here for the rest of the season too, so we can learn each other. Be fun.
And we will be back here at least for the truck series. Maybe some more opportunities. We did a few truck races last season for you guys, and I did a couple of one-off cup series. But yeah, we'll be here for the whole truck series, maybe for some more stuff. But definitely appreciate the kind words, and we'll let you get on your way for some celebration here, and hopefully we'll see you in Victory Lane. Maybe up here in February for a couple races.
For sure. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. And that was your race winner here at Auto Club. Once again, a pretty entertaining, pretty dominating towards that end of the run with Cody Porter. But Christian, what a race, man. So entertaining. So many 3, 4 wide at the start, 5, 6 wide at the start. I mean, they definitely put on a show for the fans at home here.
Yeah, we saw a lot of what I expected to see. A lot of 5, 4 wide racing all around. Some crazy restarts. Exactly what I wanted to see. It's going to be such a great season for the VRS Truck Series, Delgado. And I can't wait to be here to see it.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the race, we knew we had some really talented race car drivers. Me personally, who raced in this league for a good couple seasons, I knew, we were going to have some great racing here. And obviously, these drivers did not disappoint tonight here, even with the preseason race. Nothing on the line here, just some good race car drivers going at it for the win. And obviously you see right here the 04 burning it down here at Victory Lane. But before we go, let's go ahead and get your race results here. Brought to you by High Velocity TV. You see Cody Porter. You wonder we just talked to him right there. Winning the race here. Haden Higginbotham, P2. We talked to him as well. And the first person we talked to, Munatsi in that P3 spot. Mathis, P4. Nic Vasquez rebounds to a top 5. Chris Davis and P6. Jared Ferreira and P7 with that strategy call. Stephen Menke kind of recovers to a P8. Pretty decent finish for him. Adam Smith and P9. And Noah Hamilton's going to round out your top 10.
How about P11? That's Matthew R.D. Campbell. 10 seconds behind the leader, just outside of top 10. Then William Ransone trying to recover after an earlier incident where he got airborne, but landed safely back on all 4 wheels. So somewhat decent recovery for him. He'll definitely want more at Daytona. P13, Chris Vickering at 24. Didn't hear much of him today. Neither did we hear much of the P14 car of Jim Mott. Then we got Hank Moore, P15. Michael Deitch, P16. Henry Kohlhoff. Kind of an interesting strategy call at the end of the race. Didn't work out for him. He tried the overcut. He's going to finish P17. A disappointing end for him today. P18, 31 truck of Zach Hummel. P19, 17 truck of Patrick McPeak, who looked promising in the, I would say, the 60 to 70 lap range. He was actually running out there in P2. He's going to finish 2 laps down. Just, again, another disappointing end for a 17 truck. And then running out top 20 is the 8 truck of Joe Gibbons.
And the rest of the field back here, laps down or out of the race. Julia, we saw her make some contact with the 63 of Kalhoff, and she's going to finish 4 laps down. Gregory Ballard with 14 laps down, and everybody else out of the race. Justin Bell, Matthew Owens, Rodney Pitcock, really good. It looked like he maybe had a chance to do something. Ryan Taft, Austin Runkle, Noah Hunt, Josh Stoles looked really quick as well in that 99. Unfortunately out. Noah Nicholson out as well. And rounding out the field, Jeremy T-Bon, Thomas Villano, and Diego Rodriguez out of the race early.
Yeah, Delgado, in my opinion, I'm most disappointed today for Pitcock. I mean, that was just the worst way to end a race. In my opinion, he probably was going to win this race today. He started up in pole. He had such great race pace, and just unfortunately got wrecked in the middle stage of the race and couldn't recover, obviously, and DNF'd unfortunately today for him.
And that's Auto Club for you. Really aggressive racing. We saw that 5-6, wide, and obviously with the preseason race, you're gonna see some people be aggressive and maybe make some moves they probably won't do when they're racing for points. And you saw a lot of great racing, a lot of great battles, and you saw a really come behind win from Cody Porter, running down your leader towards the end there and claiming his checkered flag here at Auto Club. But besides that, I think that it's time to wrap up everything here in night time from 8 over here at HVTV. But for me and new HVT member Christian Zarate, I hope everybody has a great rest of the night and enjoys the rest of their Monday night and enjoys the rest of the week. Once again, if you're new to HVTV and looking for some broadcasting, make sure to email us over at hvtvbroadcasting@aol.com for any resources or any potential offers that you are looking for us to do. But besides that, guys, hope everybody has a great rest of the night, and we'll see you guys for the regular season back here. I believe it's on February 17th at Daytona. So once again, hope everybody has a great rest of the night, and we will see you guys soon.
Good night, everyone.